Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a long overdue book haul. I'm actually very close to wanting to do a second one, but I want to separate these out for a specific reason. But before getting too far into it, I want to introduce myself as I usually do. Hello, my name is Emily. This is my second channel where you'll find all the content I am interested in making outside of the beauty and panning space. So you'll mostly find bookish content over here, as well as some gardening videos, maybe some vlogs, motherhood videos, whatever I want to post. If that's something that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. But let's get into this book haul. And then there is a challenge on Instagram. I found a template from the Bookish Mama where you read 10 of your physical TBR books before you can buy any. So I read 10 books off my physical TBR. Again, the goal for one of my bookish goals is to reduce the amount of books on my physical TBR this year and read through more of what I own and stop getting most of the books I read from the library when I do have a whole shelf of books I haven't read. I read 10 of them and then I bought 27. Yeah, I think it's like supposed to be read 10 by 1. In my defense. 19 of those books, I think, if I remember, I counted them a while ago, were a lot sold at my local charity book selling thing. So that was an amazing deal on all books I wanted to read. And then while I was picking things up, I picked up a few other things. You know how it goes. I'm first going to start with not the thrifted books, but the newer books that I really shouldn't have bought. After reading my 10 books and feeling like I deserved a treat to myself, I made the vital mistake of driving and going to the bookstore instead of just buying a book or two online, and came out with 4. First of all, it was a date out with my husband, the first date we were able to go on in like 3 years, which is crazy. Just COVID and babies. And he bought me these 2. So I'm including it in the haul, but technically Jeremy bought these for me. It's book 2 and 3 in the Winter Night trilogy, the first being The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. So we have The Girl in the Tower and The Winter of the Witch. I gave The Bear and the Nightingale 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. This is Russian folklore inspired adult fantasy. They are shorter books, which is very nice for me and my very large adult fantasy TBR. The writing in here was so beautiful. Like, I could visualize everything. I just thoroughly enjoyed The Bear and the Nightingale, and I had just recently finished it, and I commented on that when I saw these. I was like, oh, I just read the first book in that series and I gave it 5 stars, and he sneakily grabbed book 2 and 3 off the shelf. So I think I'm actually going to try and put these back on the shelf as I talk to them, because my shelf is looking pretty bare because I had it rearranged to fit these books already. Then the 2 books that I decided to buy while I was at the bookstore, like buy for myself, I got A Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the prequel series to the From Blood and Ash series. So I have read the first 3 books of From Blood and Ash. Now I'm supposed to read this one before jumping into A War of Two Queens, which is the 4th book in the Blood and Ash series. This is very confusing. Apparently, this is amazing. I had lukewarm feelings on From Blood and Ash as a whole. I hate red. If you haven't seen that vlog, I did vlog my reading experience of The Crown of Gilded Bones. So this one better be good. I guess I should say like what this is about more. I think this is following Nyctos's story, who is one of the original gods. I don't want to say too much because you have to read this after the 3 and From Blood and Ash, so I don't know what spoilers and what's not. It's a new adult fantasy romance series that everyone loves except for me. And the last new book I picked up was Neon Gods by Katie Robert. This was on the book talk table, which was really fun to see. I had this on my list already. This is part of the Dark Olympus series, I think. This is a Hades and Persephone retelling, but it's a contemporary dark romance setting. Apparently this has more plot than her Wicked Villains series, which Desperate Measures is the first one for that, which is Disney retellings, but dark, smutty, whatever. I think I'm going to really enjoy this. I'm actually looking forward to this quite a bit. All of the next, 23 books are from my local charity bookseller. First, I got Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. They frequently have classics, but they're usually super beat up or really, really ugly editions. And while this one is a little bit beat up, has some yellowing pages, it's definitely an older printing. It says 2009. It's pretty yellow. Maybe it was supposed to be like that. Anyways, this is a classic love story, and I think I got it for like $1. And I think this is a classic that I will actually really like. I want to be a bookish girly that loves classics, but I really don't think I'm gonna be that kind of girl. However, I think I have like Gone with the Wind, Little Women. I do have quite a few classics on my shelf, and I think Wuthering Heights is gonna be one of the ones I like the most. I don't know. Who knows when I'll ever get to this. And then I don't know if I've already hauled these. I got these quite a while ago, but if I didn't, here they are. I got 3 Harlan Coben books because the Bookish Mama, Allison, on Instagram raves about Harlan Coben, and I wanted to give them a try. I don't know if she's read these 3, but again, they are kind of sold as a lot. I think I got all 3 of them for $5. So I got Caught, The Woods, and then I kind of wish I didn't get this one, but again, it was sold as a lot. It's Gone for Good, which is one of his more popular ones, but the glue holding the spine together, I don't know if it experienced some heat. It's super warped and the glue is oozing out. So, I mean, I can still read it. It might fall apart while I'm reading it. If I love it, then I'll probably just buy a nicer copy sometime because this is like sticky and gross, to be honest. Next, we're getting into an OG fantasy romance bundle I bought. This is a 19 book bundle for $17. So I thought that was an amazing deal, and they are books that I have heard of before and was interested in reading, but the series are just pretty big. Well, one series in particular is very large. So what caught my attention first was the Dark Fever series by Karen Marie Monae. I heard about this first from Becca and the books, and she enjoyed them well enough. I don't think these are going to be like my new all-time favorite books by any means, but again, the deal was really good. The money goes to charity, and if I read them once through and they're not a favorite, I can redonate them back for them to be sold to somebody else. You know what I mean? So while yes, I probably could have just gotten these from the library if I ever got around to it, I like owning books as well. So I have Dark Fever, Blood Fever, Fae Fever, Dream Fever, and Shadow Fever. Again, these are older fantasy romance books, I believe. Also like paranormal thriller mixed in? I don't really know. 2006. I mean, in my mind, that doesn't seem like that long ago, but for where the fantasy romance genre has gone, these are pretty old. And the other part of that bundle, oh my gosh, were all of these Cressley Cole books. Now, I've heard of Cressley Cole from Life with Monae. She was on a fantasy romance, paranormal romance binge for a couple of months, and I loved watching her read through all these books because she was also picking some older options up, which I just found really intriguing. So this is the Immortals After Dark series by Cressley Cole. Again, 2006. That's interesting that they both started in the same year. I have the first 10 books in that series was included in this bundle. And again, at less than $1 per book, I thought it was a really great deal. So there's A Hunger Like No Other. I also love these like super old covers. No Rest for the Wicked. Wicked Deeds on Winter's Night. Dark Needs at Night's Edge. Again, I believe I have these in order, but some of them could be a bit mixed up. I'd check on Goodreads before I read them. Dark Desires After Dusk. Kiss of a Demon King. Deep Kiss of Winter. Pleasure of a Dark Prince. Demon from the Dark. And the last one for this series that I have is Dreams of a Dark Warrior. And then again, still in that bundle, there were 4 other Cressley Coles. I think this one's a standalone, but maybe not. It's The Captain of All Pleasures. I don't really have that much interest in reading this one, but again, it came in a bundle. And then there was this trilogy. I believe it's a trilogy that starts with If You Dare, then If You Desire, and If You Deceive. And these are Scottish brothers. The McCarrick Brothers trilogy. Fierce Scottish brothers, shadowed by a dark curse. With If You Dare, Cole introduces a thrilling new romance trilogy featuring fierce Scottish brothers with dangerous lives, dark desires, and a deadly curse. I think they're all like sexy romance type books, which I'm getting more and more into. I feel like these were stereotypically, especially like this one, look like stereotypical like old lady reading, like almost like Harlequin romances, but I think these are darker than that, which I think I will enjoy more. I'm realizing I didn't really tell you what the Immortals After Dark series is. A sizzling new series with this tale of a fierce werewolf and a bewitching vampire, unlikely soulmates whose passion will test the boundaries of life and death. I actually didn't know that before choosing to buy this. Interesting. So those are all the books that I bought after reading 10 of the books I own as a reward to myself for prioritizing my physical TBR. Yeah. Let me know if you have read any of these books. I'm actually very excited about every single one of them. Should I have bought so many? No, but I'm always like, you know what? It was supporting charity. The 4 I bought new were the 2 I had wanted to buy, 2 my husband surprised me with, and the rest were for charity. So I don't feel too bad about it, but my TBR bookshelf is very full. Again, I think it's going to be the next video you see. I'm not really sure, is my entire physical TBR, so stay tuned for that. If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!